Hey champions, this is Arian, Tyson, the Dark Knight from St. Louis, Missouri, representing Slick Town to the fullest. And I'm just here on this gorgeous Monday morning. Just wanted to talk to you for a while. I hope your weekend was pleasant. I hope it was productive. I had a chance to spend some time with my family. One of my cousins graduated college. She received her Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, and I'm extremely proud of her. And then after that, we just had, good old cookout. So, anytime I can spend time with my family, it's just a tremendous blessing because you have to have balance. And that's something that I'm really, a stickler for when it comes to, really just having a balanced life and really enjoying life because for so long I've been unable to really enjoy life because I was always, stuck at a job or I was always, working crazy hours and I would miss out on stuff because of, where I was at. But I, made a conscious decision to start taking steps to position myself to where I can enjoy life more. And I wanted to talk to you on this fourth installment of this video blog, and for those of you who have reached out to me and left comments with the first three, I want to say thank you. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate you not feeling any less of a person to, let me know when I'm, doing well and what I can even improve on because it's all about trying to get better. It's all about wanting to, stretch out and, really see just how far you've come as a person, whether it's in relationship, whether it's from a spiritual level, or whether it's in business. And being that I'm someone that does not like to be in front of the camera, I would rather be behind the camera. This is really me stretching out, stretching myself and stretching out on faith and, just really, stepping out there and trying to, put something positive in the atmosphere because I feel like I have something substantial to say. But today I wanted to talk to you just really about what happens when change starts to manifest itself. And change starts from the inside out. And I was at church yesterday, and my pastor really hit home in reference to the importance of change and how we need to become wise and how we need to develop wisdom as it comes from, our maturity, our ability to, have challenges and how to respond to those challenges. And oftentimes people are afraid of challenges because they're so used to staying in the same place. They're so used to doing things the same way because it's worked for 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 years. But the only thing that doesn't change in life, that I was taught as a kid growing up is God's Word. Everything else is supposed to change because our bodies change, our minds change. So why do we act like we're so afraid to change? Change is inevitable. Otherwise, if you don't change, you're going to be left behind. It's just that simple. You can't be afraid to change. You can't be afraid of change. It can be a scary place because you're so used to having a grip on something. You're so used to having control over stuff. But ultimately, when you get to a point where you tap into what your purpose is, and I keep talking about purpose in each of the blogs that I've done, because purpose is such an important thing. It's such an important aspect of life in general, where you have to be willing to operate in it. There are too many people that don't even know what their purpose is. There are too many people going through life just going with the flow, because, they have the approval of, people that are close to them and, yet, they're running with people that's not doing anything with life and, they're just going with the flow. But we were not designed to live substandardly. We were not designed to just go with the flow. You know, and there are so many people that I know that, you know, when I grew up with them, they had, you know, goals and aspirations and dreams, and they just let their dreams die. And I don't know for what reason, whether it was because they, you know, stayed in the same environment that they were in where it wasn't nothing but foolishness, or whether it was because they were around the wrong, they weren't around the right people, or they weren't around enough of the right people. And they just kept being fed negativity. A lot of that, you know, is found in the inner city. You know, I'm from the inner city. I was born and raised in the inner city. And when you get to the place where, you know, you want something better, you want more out of life, that's when you really start tapping into your purpose, because a shift is going to occur. A mindset shift is going to occur. And a transformation occurs after that, because we were not designed to stay in the same place. That's just reality, you know. And you see it happening, you know, in families. You see it happening in relationships. You see it happening in business. You see it happen in churches, where they're so used to doing stuff one way, and ultimately, as times change, you know, people change. It's amazing how, you know, people expect you to have the same mindset, or they look at you the same way they did, you know, when you were, you know, when you were a kid 10 or 15 or 20 years ago. They still look at you that same way, and now you've had years of experience that you can draw off of, and now you stepped into adulthood, but yet they still want to look at you as a kid. And that's just not reality. You're not a kid anymore. You know, some parents do that with their children. You know, and you know, they could have, you know, a 40-year-old, you know, child, but yet they still look at them and treat them as if they're still 10 or 15 years old, where they're doing everything for them, where, you know, it's like they're crippling them, and they don't even know how to let them learn how to stand on their own. You know, because if you at that age, you know, the quote-unquote age of accountability, that's where you learn how to stand on your own. And if you haven't figured it out how to stand on your own, and you're, you know, past your teenage years, and, you know, you're in quote-unquote young adulthood, going into adulthood, and, you know, that's just sad, you know, because you're cheating yourself, and you allow your dreams to die. So my question today, you know, because I always want to leave a challenge out there. I always want to put a challenge out there, is what do you need to change? And when are you going to take action in implementing that change? Now, let me give you a disclaimer that when you decide to change, people are going to leave. People are going to turn their backs on you, because people fear what they don't understand. But that's where you really find out that the change is for you, but it's not about you. Our purpose in life is not really about us. In the grand scheme, it's about being a blessing to others. It's about helping others. It's about empowering others. It starts off about us, because there are some things that have to change in us. And I don't care how you slice it. I don't care how many times you can see someone and they walking around and acting like they got everything together. All of us are jacked up. All of us are jacked up in some type of way, because all of us have strengths and all of us have weaknesses, you know. But some of us decide that we're not going to let our jacked upness, and I know that's not a word, We're not just going to allow ourselves to stay in a jacked up state of mind. That's the difference. Because we know that our purpose transcends our environment. You know, you could grow up in a jacked up environment where you only have one parent in the home, or you may have had two parents in the home, but yet, one of the parents or even both of the parents weren't doing right, so they just got stuck and they're just staying together because they've gotten comfortable, Because a lot of people that grew up in one-parent environments think that the people that grew up in two-parent environments have it all together, and that's not true. But they got to the place where they learned how to surround themselves around people who were not afraid to challenge them, who were not afraid to teach them, and they weren't afraid to learn about how they can get better, because it's all about progression. It's not about perfection, because none of us are perfect. And we just have to understand that we're not meant to stay in the same place anymore. We have to elevate. We have to evolve. My mindset, for me, I'm born and raised in St. Louis, but my mindset transcends St. Louis. So don't look up if, you find me, leaving St. Louis. Don't look up. I mean, I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I'm not going to say that that's not a possibility. Because when it's time for me to go, if I'm given that charge, when it's time for me to go, that my time has lapsed, it's time to go. Because my purpose is bigger than it transcends my environment. It doesn't make me a sellout. It doesn't make me any better. It just lets me know that I'm on the right track and I'm operating in my passion on purpose, and I'm unapologetic about it. So, as I wrap this up today, when are you going to take action? When are you going to say to yourself, you're going to say, self, I am better than this. I deserve more than this. I deserve more than my circumstances. I am bigger than my circumstances. And I'm no longer going to let my circumstances dictate how far I go on this journey. I've been on this journey for 5-10 years, but I'm still stuck in the same place. When are you going to say, I'm willing to do what's necessary, ethically, of course, to move forward? I challenge you to link up with me, because I'm moving forward, and my team is moving forward, and the champions that I'm with are moving forward. So because we all are moving forward, I know that if you hang around it's only to make you better, because I want to be better than what I am right now. And I want to take and link up and lock arms with as many people who want to be better as possible. I hope this encourages you. I hope this challenges you. I hope this motivates you to take action. But it's up to you to take action. I took action, and it's the best decision I ever made. When are you going to start taking action? God bless. Peace and love. I'll see you on the next blog.